Oh, thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Outside the Shop with me, your host, Daryl D. Lane, where I get to talk about everything that I normally don't get the chance to talk about on a regular sports podcast, Barbershop Sports Talk, which you guys can all find on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9 yards there. Top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL, quarterback 30 and 29 today. And without ado, we're starting with quarterback number 30. And by the way, just want to say this is a projection, everybody. So QB number 30, Kenny Pickett out of Pittsburgh, drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. First thing that stands about Kenny Pickett, he is extremely accurate in the short passing game. He's extremely accurate in the middle of the field. He has very good touch, very good ball placement and anticipation that are extremely high level, knows where to go with the football, understands how to run an offense, does a good job of going through his reads. I do think sitting for a year would be good for him. The Pittsburgh Steelers do not have a very good offensive line. I think Mitch Trubisky would thrive better, the guy who was competing with, under a bad offensive line. I wonder if, because Kenny Pickett has a mediocre to average arm, nothing special. So I wonder, when there are a lot of bodies around him in the pocket, is he going to be able to throw as he's getting hit, throw with all those bodies around him? Also, while Kenny Pickett is a good athlete, he can run and escape the pocket. I think Mitch Trubisky is an athlete who you can use QB power with, a little bit more read option with, and you can do more things in the QB design run game that way without worrying about him getting hurt, like I think Kenny Pickett, who's a little bit more of a fragile body. So I think with all of that, Kenny Pickett, even though he's very NFL ready, I think it's better for him to sit on the bench for a year instead of playing over Mitch Trubisky. But Kenny Pickett has a lot of qualities to like: the accuracy, to be able to reading of the defense, gets the ball out of his hands quickly, good accuracy, good touch, good athlete, better athlete than you would think. People compare him to Mac. He's a much better athlete than Mac was. So Kenny Pickett at number 30. Number 29, Matt Corral, quarterback out of Ole Miss, drafted by the Carolina Panthers. It's a shame he won't get a chance to play this year because the Panthers are deciding to have Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield compete for the starting job in Carolina. I personally think he's better than Sam Darnold, and in terms of Baker Mayfield, I think he could be right up there with Baker Mayfield. I'll tell you this: he's a stronger arm than both of them, has a quicker release than both of them, and I think he might be more consistently accurate than both of them. His arm talent's better than both of them for sure. Things Matt Corral does very well. He's very good at keeping his eyes upfield when there's pressure around him, very good at moving his feet in the pocket, can escape the pocket, throw on the run a little bit. Like I said, an extremely quick release, a great arm, flick of a wrist, can fling the ball like 40 yards. It's really special. He goes through his reads, processes information quickly. So all those things are why I like Matt Corral. Some of his downsides, I think people have said, his immaturity. Also the fact that he's a smaller guy. He's 6 foot, a little under 200 pounds, right? So how does he handle the physical pounding of being in the NFL? How does he handle with pressure in his face all the time, NFL pressure in his face? That's something I wonder about as well. But I still really do like the player. Has a lot of talent. His arm talent's better than every quarterback that I've named up to this point, besides Malik Willis, who can do some freaky stuff. But Matt Corral is better at his throwing is a lot more consistent than a Malik Willis. And I would also say this in terms of arm talent and consistent arm talent for what I saw in college, Matt Corral would be higher than 10, 15 guys even ahead of him, right? So Matt Corral is just that special for thrower of the football, in my personal opinion. And that's it for my top 40 quarterbacks, quarterback 30 and 29. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.